important algorithms. Okay, so we have seen various methods of key distribution and maintenance, right? So in the second unit we had discussed about symmetric key encryption, where there was only one key used for encryption as well as decryption. So that was called as a secret key. Since it is a secret key and the same key will be used by sender as well as the recipient, the key has to be distributed to both of them. There were various ways we discussed how to distribute the secret key over the participants of the communication. Okay, so the very simplest methods, like sender can create a key and manually he can distribute the key to a recipient, and there may be a common authority who can create the key and distribute to A as well as B, or there may be another centralized system to which A will be giving a request to that the authority will be distributing the key similarly for B. So those were the methods we discussed for secret key distribution. Similarly, we discussed about with your role play and other methods. We even had discussed about public key distribution. Okay, so in the public key crypto system we are using two different keys, in which one is called a private key and another one is called a public key. How to distribute the public key is very simple, because anybody can know the public key. So public key can be announced, or you can keep a public directory through which we can distribute the public key to all the participants, whereas the private key should be kept only with the creator. Public key should be kept with the creator. So like various ways and all we discuss. Now we are familiar with the public key crypto system. Public key crypto system. So in public key crypto system there will be two keys, private key and public key. Public key will be known by all the people. Private key will be kept only by the creator. Up to that we are very familiar about the public key crypto system. Since we are familiar with the public key crypto system, we are going to use the concept of public key crypto system for the symmetric key exchange. You get my point? So many methods we discussed to distribute the secret key. Somehow the secret key has to be given to sender as well as the recipient. For that, various methods we discussed. Now, since we are familiar with using private key and public key or the public crypto system, we are going to use the method of public key crypto system to distribute or to exchange the secret key, which means it is going to have the symmetric key encryption. Do you get my point? So in symmetric key encryption, secret key has to be distributed to A and B. Various methods we discussed and various disadvantages of that also we even discussed. Now, more secure symmetric key distribution using asymmetric key crypto system we are going to see. Please keep it in your mind. We are going to apply public key crypto system to exchange secret key between two participants of the communication. Clear? So we can say Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm is an application of public key crypto system, right? We are using public key crypto system to exchange the secret key among two parties. Clear now? Yes. So again you will be having some number of steps. Here you need to have little knowledge about discrete logarithms. Discrete logarithms. So you would have studied logarithms in your schooling itself. So just I'll touch on the topic and then we'll proceed. Okay. So have you ever heard about primitive root of any prime number? A prime number, suppose you consider P is a prime number. Okay. What is called a primitive root of this P? Primitive root. Anybody know? Primitive root of P. No. So when I assume something is a primitive root of P, something as a primitive root of P, to this power, whatever the number I take, for example, alpha to the power 1 mod P, I will get some value. I get some value. Alpha to the power 2 mod P, I will be getting some value. So I go on to this is should be a set of 1, 2, etc. e minus 1. E minus 1. Okay. So if it is able to generate a series of these numbers on any permutation, it may not occur in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. It may be 5, then 1 or 10, something like that. But it should be within this limit 1 to p minus 1. I repeat again, when I can say alpha is a primitive root of p. Alpha is a primitive root of p when alpha to the power 1 mod p is equal to sum 1. Alpha to the power 2 mod p is equal to sum 3. Alpha to the power 3 mod p is equal to sum 7. Suppose I take p is equal to 7. This is the case. I must get the numbers in this set as 1, 2, etc. 6. All the numbers from 1 to p minus 1, if this alpha is able to generate, that is alpha to the power 1 mod p is equal to 1, alpha to the power 2 mod p is equal to some number, etc. After then I will be doing alpha to the power p minus 1 mod p. So when it is able to generate all the numbers of this, that is from 1 to p minus 1, then I can say alpha is a primitive root of p. So we'll take one simple example here. Suppose I take p is equal to 7. P is equal to 7. I will have to check each and every number. Which number can be a primitive root of 7? Okay. So suppose I consider roughly from 1. Okay. I'm just considering alpha is equal to 1. I try to do this. Alpha to the power 1. That is 1 to the power 1 mod 7 will be 1. Right? 1 to the power 2 mod 7 will be again 1. Definitely I will not get the number because 1 to the power anything will become 1. So mod 7 will be again 1 itself. So I want to take in other numbers 2, 3, 4 till 6. Definitely I will not be getting. So I go with alpha is equal to 2. Alpha is equal to 2. When I am taking this 2 to the power 1 mod 7 is 2. 2 to the power 2 mod 7 is equal to 4. 2 to the power 3 mod 7 is equal to 1 again. Am I right? 2 to the power 4 mod 7 is equal to probably 2. Right? So 2 to the power 5 mod 7. I want the answer immediately. 2 to the power 5 is 32. 32 mod 7 is equal to 4. So I get the value as 4. 2 to the power 6 mod 7 is equal to 64 mod 7. So it will be 1. So what I am getting here, I am not getting the remaining numbers. 3 I am not getting anywhere. 5 I am not getting anywhere. And 6 I am not getting anywhere. What I am supposed to get, I must get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I am not getting with 2. So definitely 2 cannot be a primitive root of 7. So now I will go with alpha is equal to 3. Alpha is equal to 3. I hope you know the procedure. Now you can do on your own. So 3 to the power 1 mod 7 is equal to 3. 3 to the power 2 mod 7 is equal to 2. 3 to the power 3 mod 7 is equal to what? 6. You have the calculator or even manually you can do. 27 mod 7, right? 6. No, you tell me the answer, I'll just write. So it is 6. So 3 to the power 4 mod 7 is equal to, even boys can answer. There is no restriction here. 3 to the power 4 mod 7 is equal to, and 3 to the power 5 mod 7 is equal to, 3 to the power 6 mod 7 is equal to. Tell me the answers. 3 to the power 4 mod 7. 4. It's 4. 3 to the power 5 mod 7. Make it fast. but in general it is 10. Any logarithm base 10 only we will see. Okay. So discrete logarithm you must know, but not in depth. We are going to only see consider the primitive root of the prime number, because that will be used in Diffie Hellman exchange. Shall I add this? Okay. So with this base of discrete logarithm or the primitive root and the prime number, we are going to see the Diffie Hellman key exchange algorithm. Diffie Hellman key exchange algorithm. So the algorithm I am going to give it as a steps, so that if you want to write it as a statement also you can write it later. So the very important thing what you need to know here is there will be two global public variables. Global public variables, which means it can be known by anybody who are in the communication. So those two are your Q, the prime number Q, and alpha, the primitive root of Q. Primitive root of Q. So here is the condition for alpha. The alpha should be less than Q. Alpha should be less than Q. Okay. So please see what is this condition. Please remember Q and alpha are going to be the public values, global values, which will be known by everybody who are in the communication. Now A and B will be generating keys independently by using these two common values. Okay, so automatically the key gets distributed or shared by both parties by the mathematical computation. Only the formula will be given and the common values will be shared and the public key also will be shared. With all these three values, key will be generated by both the parties. At the end, if you look at both the keys, it will be same. Right? See, I am giving you some common value to both the parties and I give you some formula to you as well as to them. You are not going to discuss anything. You just compute it. Finally, if you see your value and their value will be same. That is how the key is getting shared between sender and receiver. Okay, fine. So now let us see how user A is generating the key. User A key generation. User A key generation. So the important steps around we'll see later. You can put a statement. So here user A select a private value x A. So we are assuming A and B are in the communication. So A may be sending A may send a value to B or B may send a value, whatever it may be. Okay, but we are only going to see how the key is getting distributed over two parties. So now I am going to discuss only about how user A is generating a key. Similarly, independently, user B also will be generating a key. At the end, if you see, both of them, the key will be same. Okay. So first, user A key generation, he selects the private value XA, and the condition for XA should be less than Q. He knows Q. A and B, both of them will be knowing the value of Q as well as alpha, because they are called global public variables. Okay. So he will just select one value for XA, where XA is less than Q, and then he will calculate public value. Calculate public value YA using a formula. YA is equal to alpha to the power XA mod Q. Alpha to the power XA mod Q. So this is very important formula. its job. Similarly, user B is generating a key. Key generation. Still the secret key is not generated. Only the secret value is taken and computed a public value. So independently, user B is generating a key. Same way, he will be select a private value named as XB, where this XB should be less than Q. XB is less than Q. Similarly, calculate public value YB using the formula same as alpha to the power XB mod Q. Alpha to the power XB mod Q. Any doubt up to this? So till now both of them have done something independently. We are not sure about what are all the values they have taken, but a key, sub key one is generated, the shared key is not yet generated. Now calculation of secret key by A. A is doing it independently using the formula K is equal to, he will take YB. YB is the public value of B. Similarly, YA is the public value of A. Okay, so this YA and YB will be exchanged publicly. YA and YB will be, by using any of the publicly distribution, YA and YB will be distributed across A and B. Okay, so now A will be available with YJ. So we will compute now secret key generation by A. So we will be using YB to the power this known private key XA mod Q. A will be computing a secret key using the formula K is equal to YB. YB is the public value of B. YB is the public value of B. Using the public value of B, A is computing the secret key. This is what we are going to see. K is common for A as well as B, but XA is private to A and XB is private to B. Whereas K should be common for both of them. That is what we are going to make sure now. Okay, right. So calculation of secret key is similarly calculation of secret key by B. Calculation of secret key by B. Okay. So by now you can have a guess. K is equal to obviously YA to the power XB mod Q. So I have given a representation for both of them. It is K only. There is no variation like KA, KB, something like that. K only I have given, which means the key what is being generated or calculated by A must same as the key generated by B. So go through the algorithm once. We will take some values for all Q, alpha, XA, XB, and then check whether both of them are able to generate the same key. Right? So please remember, you don't have to turn the page and check. Please find out the formula of OR so that we can proceed with the computation. Okay. And rub everything. You will also remember the formula. So what are all the things common here for both of them? It is Q and alpha. Q and alpha. Sometimes you may be asked to check a primitive root for any prime number. I have said that alpha should be a prime number. Alpha should be a primitive root of the taken prime number. Only q must be a prime number. So this is our prime number and this is the primitive root of primitive. Oh, 33. So we take 13. Okay. Primitive root of upper than 8 also will not come. Find out what is alpha. Find out alpha value. Or we take one available value and check. Later we will do this experiments. Okay. 17. Not 17. Q is equal to 353. Prime number 353 and alpha is equal to 3. Shall we proceed? What are all the things we need to do? User A, user B. User A and user B, what are all the things they will be doing independently, parallelly, both of them. Okay. First step, select a private value x a. But normally when you are given a problem to solve, you will be given the value for x a. So here the given value for x a is 97. X a is equal to 97. So what is our job here? Calculate YA. What is the formula for YA? Nandan Kumar, what is the formula for YA? Formula for YA. I am not asking you to generate here. Alpha to the power XA mod Q. Can we apply the values on this? Alpha is 3. 3 to the power XA 97 mod Q 353. Find out the value of this. 3 to the power 97 mod 353. No discussion. You have your calculator. You can use it. Find out the value. Make it fast. formula? Last bench. Deepak. What is the formula for K? For A. K for A. What is the formula for K? YB to the power XA mod Q. Can you apply the formula? What is YB? YB is 248 and YA is 40. So YB 248 to the power XA. XA is 97. Mod Q is 353. Find out the value for this. Vignesh, get the value for this. Similarly, B computes K using the formula. I want to answer from girls side. Anybody? YA XB mod Q. Okay. So YA is 40 to the power XB is 233 mod 353. So what we must get on both the sides K as compute fast. What is the value here? K. So, okay, check it later. K must be 160. K must be 160. Why we have taken a large prime number for this itself? Guessing the value. The primitive root. Finding out the primitive root for this number. That is okay, at least it can be computed. Later the value what you have selected as XA because YA only will be available publicly. Similarly, YB will be available publicly. But what value you have taken it as XA will be difficult as it is a discrete logarithm. Okay, so in the discrete logarithm, with this value, getting back to this XA will be difficult since XA and XB will be very difficult to find out. We say that the algorithm is more secure. So that whatever the computation you do over here and whatever the value you compute here may not be calculated or computed or built easily by any third party. Okay, fine. So for your practice, I give you some other values now. This you need to do from the beginning till the end. Your own, okay? So take down the values. User A and B use the Diffie-Hellman key exchange. User A and B use the Diffie-Hellman key exchange. Diffie-Hellman key exchange technique with a common prime. Q is equal to 71. And alpha is equal to 7. The given data for you. Q is equal to 71 and the primitive root alpha is equal to 7. Question number 1. So this is the data. Okay. So the question A or 1. If user A has private key, if user A has private key XA is equal to 5, XA is equal to 5
User B has a private key. XB is equal to 12. XB is equal to 12. Calculate YA and YB. The question may be stopped over there itself. Calculate YA and YB. Next question. Question number 2 in this. Find out